Hey, thank you so much, Doc Bro, for becoming a channel member. Hello, I'm ABX Toy Cat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I'm going to be finishing up the volcano by digging some tunnels underneath of it. Basically, the volcano right now is like one key central room, and then it's like an exit. I think it'd be fun to just have a few nether tunnels, not for any particular purpose of like meaning. You know, as always when it comes to builds, the question we should be asking is not why do we need it. Instead, it should be asking why not. And so, hello, it is your boy, and today we're gonna be doing some things. It's gonna be wonderful, and I'm looking forward to joining you all for this adventure. So here is the volcano itself. Here is the lava. The tip is you just fly through the lava. It's a wonderful time, and I'm gonna have to move around a few things today, basically, but we're gonna make sure that everything goes wonderful, I hope. Or maybe, just like my campfires, there will be some issues with that. So, yeah, we're gonna, I guess we have to break this and just move the contents into a shulker box sometime, so now's as good as time as any. And we're also gonna break the crafting table, move all of that stuff, and it's going to be wonderful. Anyway, so also we're going to go to sleep, because you know what? Let's spawn here every night. Let's watch those fires, those endless fires, and let's watch them while we move our crafting table down, which I guess goes next to the bed, right? Actually, do we even need a bed in here? I think the bed ruins the atmosphere of, like, it is a spooky kind of place. So I think what we want to do is we want to kind of hide the bed in the corner over here. Maybe have the chest on top of that too. Like, yeah, if we just put the bed there. Will that be obstructed, actually? We'll find out when we die, or respawn. And then what we'll do is we'll put down a shulker box just over here, and we'll break the chest and move all of its components. Oh, God. Move all of those into this. So, pro tip, when you're moving things, try and stand on top of them, and then you can kind of, like, move all the stacks while you're there. It's a handy little pro tip, in my opinion. So, hello, I'm ABX Toy Cat, and today I'm doing a thing, and I'm going to be talking to all of you as I do the thing, because that's how live streams work. I'm pretty sure. So, you know, something I think about a lot, because I leave the live chat up as I'm, like, setting up a live stream, and, like, there's a continual, like, mess of people being like, you know, like, some people are like, oh yeah, it's, you know, it happens when it happens. Some people are like, oh my god, this is a prank. There is no way any live stream is ever this late. What is going wrong here? And some people have, like, full-on mental breakdowns when, you know, like, you know, we always, like, schedule it for, like, a round hour, like 9 or something, and then, like, we get it done for roughly that time. You know, like, sometimes it starts at 9:01, sometimes it's 9:14, sometimes it's 9:21, like today, if a lot of things simultaneously go wrong, like my batteries died. I'm not going to tell you about the specifics, because no one cares is the simple answer. But the point is that, yeah, we're going to put down some shulker boxes over here, and now we're going to go mining. And we're just going to make some fun nether tunnels around here. Mostly because I do want to get myself some new blocks. Should we go... I guess we could go, like, from here and, like, kind of go around the main room. Yeah, that seems as fun as anything else. Let's do it. Let's go tunneling around and pick up some dirt. So, while we do that, I want to continue my thought here, because the... Hey, Cat Beanie! Happy birthday, Mother Russia! Yeah, happy birthday, Dasha, also known as the mother of all Russians. That is what she calls herself, most definitely. Happy birthday to her. I hope you have a wonderful day. But like, there's this thing about lateness, right? Where, like, I used to wonder. In fact, I still wonder. Like, because, you know, everyone has a certain tolerance for lateness where they're like, you know, this is normal, this is expected. Some people have, like, a second tolerance for lateness. Like, you know, I catch a lot of planes, which is, like, a very time-sensitive industry, because obviously you only fly because it's faster than other methods. So when it's slower, you're like, something's gone horribly wrong here, and you want to burn the world down, or whatever it may be. So, like, I like to fly a lot, and, you know, some people melt down at the first moment of a delay. Like, no, you said you'd get me there at 7. It's not 7. I'm mad. And some people are like, okay, cool, I can wait for this, you know? Like, I guess patience is the word I'm thinking of right here. Like, the varying amounts of patience that exist in the world, it's fascinating. And I wonder if it's, like, something... Oh, look, we found the edge of the volcano over here. That's useful to know. So we'll kind of, like, tunnel around in a circle here. Go up and down and all over the place. I guess it already goes up and down. Also, Funcat1, good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Hello, fun cat. Also, I subbed while you're offline. I want attention, says Sushi in your face. I saw you became a member 2 days ago. I think it might have shown up in a video, actually. Like, that's the funny thing. If you... Like, I encourage you not to become... Actually, no, I don't care what you do. I bet, like, when, if you become a member while I'm, like, recording, it'll show up during the recording. Which sometimes has tragic downsides. But it has only happened a couple of times so far. Anyway, Toy Cat, thank you for reading my chats. It means a lot. Do you know what my name is referencing? I love the Office White Troop. Anyway, like, the varying amounts of patience in the world are fascinating. Is fascinating to me. Because, like, again, like, it's all the same time that's happening, but time perception is so different person to person that it leads to a world where we all have different perceptions of, like, what it means to be late and how we react when we learn that something is late. It's a continual struggle to maintain my patience. Yeah, I don't know. I used to. I've never been. I think actually I'm very like context dependent on that sort of thing. Like if I know that there's a lot of people involved with a thing, it's like yeah, you know, somewhere along the line there's going to be a misconnection. I know that if there's like a lot of steps involved in a process, that's fine. That's cool. But if like you know like you arrange to meet at like you know, like 6 or something, and then you text at 5 being like, still on for 6, and they're like, yeah. That's the sort of like, that's the only like timing thing that ever gets to me in a wrong way, where I'm like, you could have just said, there was the opportunity to, and you didn't. And that's what actually gets me wondering, like, I wonder if back in the day, like, before we had instant communication devices with everyone else in the world, I wonder if we were better at being late or worse. You know, I wonder if we were better at timekeeping or worse. Because, you know, imagine if you arranged to meet someone at 6 the previous day, you have no way to contact them. You know, for most of human history, you'd have no way to contact them. You would just show up at the place that you said you meet at 6. If something got in their way, how would they ever let you know? They wouldn't be able to, unless they were literally taken to the hospital or something. You'd be like, okay, I'll see them at 6. When you have a 5-year-old doing a task, you can do 2 seconds, but they're taking 5 years. Deep breaths. I'm picturing just being really annoyed at a child here, like, come on, I could do this in 5 minutes. Why are you taking this long? It's a fun imagery, but Toy Cat will never stop talking about that guy, will he? Okay, you know what? It was my birthday. It was you know, like it was a pandemic year, so this was the one time in the year that we were gonna, you know, be meeting up. It was a big deal, and then everything else in the evening, all of my other plans got derailed because I trusted him when he said he would show up at 6. See, that's my one meltdown moment when it comes to lateness. Like, you know, when you mix lateness and dishonesty, some people just despise the act by itself, some people, etc., etc. But, like, you know, isn't it super interesting? Are you going to do a premiere again, says Grassy Productions? Yeah, I think that might be fun if we end this stream with a premiere again. So we might do exactly that, actually. Okay, we're gonna switch out to some... Oh, I had 1 block of Neverac. Oh, that's nice. When did you make a Volcano, says K Brown. I've been making it on and off for a while now. Okay, where is my... I have a shulker box filled with dirt. Okay, this is that shulker box. So, I guess we just open the shulker boxes and we guess what's inside. That is the new rule. And I guess it will have to work. But, wait, is that... Okay, this is facing the wrong way. That's fine. But, you know, like, ignoring that, obviously, Toy Cat not upset in the slightest. I have a very, very, very good control over all of that. But, the thing I find interesting is, like, back in the day, like, do you think people were late and it was a bigger deal? Or do you think people were, like, medium amounts of late, but because, like, fewer people had watches? I remember I got a watch when I was, like, 10, and it was mind-blowing. It was like, oh, let me just check the time. Oh, I have a watch right now, but it's not on. Has no one commented on my shirt yet? You know, I just realized what I'm wearing. You know, is it just this expected for me to wear a dumb t-shirt at this point that no one even questions? Like, what even is this? What even is this shirt? I was actually gonna throw it away, but I hate throwing away clean clothes. It feels like you're wasting a cycle of use for them. So I always wear clothes and then I throw them away after that. Cause like, you know, it's less wasteful. Also, I've been like, there's loads of single socks around my house. So I've been trying to like pick them up and wear them as I go. And then like, then they'll get back in the cycle of everything else. There's a lot of very dumb things. Or very confusing things, I would say, that exist in my life. But that's okay. You know, life is filled with confusing things. Sometimes it's okay to join them. Sometimes you don't need to, sometimes things don't need to make sense. Just most of the time. Also, we could have like the pathway split in two here. So I'm gonna have one pathway follow the edge of the mountain to like a dead end. I don't even know why I'm having this pathway. I guess it's just something to look at, right? Toy Cat, I just got the notification. Hey, broski, good to see you. Hope you have a good live stream. And if you don't have a good live stream, then you know, I hope that you don't die in a house fire. Speaking of which, actually, I guess unrelated to, because this is talking about memberships. Yeah, I need to put some of this Nevrack back so I can pick up other blocks. Also, I have inventory management issues. I know. Don't worry, we got that. So let's just throw like 3 stacks in there. And then let's make a stone box. This box is going to be for stone. And then this is going to be for dirt. And oh god, we've already maxed out our dirt box. It's a big crisis. We'll throw gravel in here. Never going to need gravel. It's never going to happen. No one's ever going to be like, yeah, totally need some gravel. Did you see the memes on Reddit? Ooh, what memes did I miss on Reddit? I genuinely don't know. I assume I have not seen them. Also, I'm going to replace the floor here with Nevrack too, I think. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Except I'll then... Yeah, you know, if I just, like, place Nevrack on top of what we already have, that'll probably work. It's good to see everyone, but... Oh, the house fire ones. Oh, yeah, I do like the fervor with which the world has taken on the house fire meme. Big fan of it. You're doing your bit, internet. I mean, like, we need to warn these people about the serious house fires that they are at risk of, and they don't even know about it. They're taking the risk for their loved ones every day, and they just don't know. By the way, speaking of interesting things, I just wanted to point out we are I guess what happens is like every month it goes down. We're currently at 427 members, and I feel like it was higher last stream. So it'd be interesting if like a lot of like expirations happen at that point. But one of my goals, if you like live streams and you wanna help them, one of my goals is to hit 500. So you know, if at any point in the stream you feel like becoming a member, you know, actually, if right now you feel like becoming a member, that's a thing you can do to make Pigstep play, which is a perfect fit for the Never Volcano, am I right? Also, my sister thinks Twicaz is no, is she more likely to die in a house fire? You know what? Not only is her taste in YouTubing, you know, e-boys bad, but also it has to be said, you know, someone has to warn you that is a real risk to her life she's taking. That is a real risk. But yeah, I wonder if now we have access to ways to like let people know that we're going to be late if we're more likely to be late. You know, like if you had to be somewhere at a certain time, I wonder if as a result of that, you know, like what are you going to do? Just show up at 2 hours late and be like, yep, sorry? Because you don't know if they're going to be there. What if they're not there? You know, like I wonder if like the one-sided handshake aspect of it, is that the correct word? I'm thinking of like networking protocols. Like there's no way to confirm that your message has been going because there's no way to send a message. Also, it's me! Thank you for becoming a channel member. Is that a cat with a birthday hat, or am I... Also, that's a beautiful phrase. Also, why are your videos so high quality? WTF is... this is content, says Delta. Thank you very much for thinking my videos are high quality. I, recently, and I've been happy with some videos recently. I'm looking forward to quite a few videos coming soon. I had a really dumb idea recently that was going to take 32 hours to make, and I was like, I shouldn't work on that. And then I realized, you know what? Of course I should do that. And so there's something you'll see soon, I hope. Do I have any torches? I do, thank God. It is so in need of torches in here. You know, torches don't feel nevery enough. I guess I should, like, mine into the wall and place some fire. Yeah, that's what I'll do, I think. Oh, God. I think the fire spread to... Oh, I see what happened. The fire spread through the wall. That seems like it shouldn't be able to happen, right? Am I the only one who thinks that shouldn't? Like, how can fire spread through... I guess it's that whole fire rendering issue. But, like, now, it's happened in a few places. That's terrible. That's the worst. You went to Wales for a 2-minute clip. I admire your determination, says and Knuckles 101. I don't know why. I love seeing things in videos that took way too much effort and don't even really add to the video. but you're like, yeah, someone did that.
I had
It's
a
like,
house fire before I was subscribed to you. I am happy to say that since I have subbed, I am happy to report that I have not had any house fires. It was more of a garage firearm. Everyone was okay.
hey, you know what? See, that's where they get you. You know, you're like, oh, subscribe to IBX Toycat, less likely to die in a house fire. You know, the whole garage fire technicality. The insurance industry's known about it for a while, but you know how they be about advancements that will actually make people's lives better. So it's a whole big problem. Also, the slabs were not subscribed to IBX Toycat. Factually correct. The slabs were not subscribed to IBX Toycat. Honestly, now that I think about it, having wood in a place where there is so much fire might be a bad idea. Ah, who am I kidding? It's a great idea. So what we're going to do now, just to make things look a little bit more natural, I've got myself some crying obsidian and I've got myself some glowstone. So we're going to combine those things together and make a respawn anchor, or 2. I don't know why 2, actually. I guess we place 1 there and then, like, 1 on top of there. That's a terrible idea. 1 there and then 1 up there to, like, drag people's attentions away. Yeah, sure. That makes sense to me. And then we'll fill them both with glowstone? Actually, wait, you can't fill them with glowstone in the overworld, can you? Chat, what happens if... You know what? I'm not gonna trust the internet on this one. I've just decided. Also, thank you very much, Silverwolf 1999. My parents cancelled insurance because I'm subscribed to you. Man, I am like a big believer in the idea that insurance is like a stable thing that, like, you know, it makes sense to buy peace of mind. I genuinely am of the opinion that like during the pandemic, the biggest unexpected event, they were like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I think you'll find this is, you know, this is something that no one could have expected, therefore we shouldn't have to insure for it. It's like, no, that's what insurance is there for. And they were like, no, we don't want to. Like, this is what you don't understand. We don't want to cover your... And it's like, man, that's the thing that got me most about. Also, use crimson wood, doesn't burn, so you can use fire to light the area. Yeah, I genuinely think I might have to use some, probably warp wood, right? Well, actually, what do you reckon? Also, I don't lock my doors at night because I'm sub to use this Cocoa Waffles. Now, here's the thing. Even though you can fill them with glowstone, but don't set your spawn. You know what? I don't know. I might, if I do it in the center, then we can just, wait, can we break these right? We can, I'm pretty sure. Oh god, okay, let's put that back. I'm pretty sure we can break these. Let's do it in the center, and then worst case, you know, we just end up... We waste 1 glowstone, but we save a life. Okay, so right over here, it's not going to blow anything up. Worst case, it blows up part of that wall. Actually, no, this could go very wrong. Let's do it in the floor there. Was that crying obsidian? That was crying obsidian, okay. You know what? That block's there for safety. Let's just confirm from a safe distance. Okay, you can, in fact... If I break it, will it keep the charge? I think it loses the charge, actually, right? Oh, no, it keeps the charge. That's so bizarre. Huh, did you know that? It kept the... Like, I was not expecting that. That is so cool. Does it keep your spawn point information? That's cool. Okay, so now we're going to light that one to 1/4 and this one to 3/4. There we go. Add them together and you get a whole respawn. Also, in more house fire news, I left my straighteners on for 15 hours while I was at work last week. Burned from my carpet, but no fire. Toycat's blessing. You know what? Fire, like, if there's one good thing to come from subscribing to IBX Toycat, makes you immune from house fires, which is not factually correct. It's just makes you less likely to. But if there's one good thing to come from this meme, it's, okay, also, gonna just remove that fire by placing a little glowstone up there. Actually, up here as well. Why not? Let's treat ourselves. But if there's one good thing to come from this, it's people realizing that, like, yeah, there's lots of things in the home that by being careless with will start a fire, and you should think about them. Also, Chris, where do you think Minecraft would be now if Notch had never sold the game to Minecraft? I think that some of the things he said had harmed the game. I think some of the things that he said have harmed the game. I understand why that's like a fair opinion to have. Like, I understand why, but I think Minecraft, and I think that you're not even wrong to think that, like, yeah, there would probably not be microtransactions, for example, in Minecraft. There would probably not be, you know, this whole Microsoft account thing. In fact, definitely, right? Because it wouldn't be a part of Microsoft. But you've also got to bear in mind that, like, being a part of a major game studio has, you know, okay, my personal bugbear is that Minecraft console definitely would have never been cancelled under, or at least it wouldn't be cancelled so fast, under Mojang directly. I think they cancelled it for the Bedrock version. The Bedrock version is Microsoft's, like, pet project. That's their thing they want to turn Minecraft more into. Okay, we're going to place block, okay, up here too. Yeah, screw it, why not? None of this makes sense anyway. That's definitely, like, their pet project, and it would have gone differently, if at all. I think it's fair to say, it's very fair to say. But I also think at the same time that even though it's true that they wouldn't have done that, it's not... You're kind of missing the benefits, you know? When you just look at the downsides of something, it's really easy to say why you hate it. But when you realize that those downsides came with some positives, you know, the number of staff who work on Minecraft now is insane. When it was just Mojang, they worked in the Sweden office, and you know, plus there was 4J, but you know, it was a total of like 30 people or something like that. It's in the hundreds somewhere. We legitimately do not know how many people. Like there is no clue of how many people work on Minecraft now. It's in the hundreds. Microsoft themselves have a number somewhere. The fact that there are like inter-employee disputes. I wish I'd spoken about that one when it was fresh, but like the whole like the fact that like, you know, like two employees got in a I wish I'd spoken about the whole like you know, Helen getting basically like forced to quit by, you know, the fact that there is like that level of stuff happening across different divisions of the company. It's crazy, and it's inefficient in so many ways, I'm sure. I think that there are so many huge benefits of being a small company, but it's impossible to deny that like Minecraft is bigger than it would be otherwise, and Minecraft has a slightly longer lasting future than it would if it was just Mojang. Or at least it should be. I guess the flip side of that is any like every side project is something they'll cancel on a whim because like, it's not profitable. Also, discord.gg/toycat. Yeah, I don't really promote my own Discord. Like, I'm not a big fan of Discord. I wish I hadn't made a Discord, but if you want to join the Discord that does exist, then it's at that URL. But you know what? Go to any other social media. If you like Twitter, sure. You like Reddit, just posted an exclusive snippet of a video there today. You like any of these other social media? Go to those instead. You have a better time, I think. Maybe I'm just out of date with the times and the things, or maybe I'm saying good points. Who knows for sure which it is. But may I see a fly around of your Volcano, please? By the way, love your content, says Stans. Yeah, I'm thinking of making like a whole video showcasing the thing soon.
Troy, I am sorry for the comment spamming, but did you know Java and Bedrock curse play now exist?
I have
to hear your opinion. Sad face. And Venom make video about that.
Yeah, I was gonna make a video, and then like I just, you know, like I was in contact with the guy who made it, and then I don't know what happened. I guess I just like lost track or something. Like, you know, like somewhere in the communication it broke down, and it was like, well, it's kind of done now. I guess that's tragic. I guess that is. But like, as far as what do I think about Bedrock Java cosplay, it's cool, but it's not 100% functional. And I like, you know, there are some features you can only do on each version. So, but I think it's cool that somehow they managed to put it together, and I think it's cool just how impressive it actually works in a lot of cases. So I have to say, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It goes without saying, perhaps even. So, hell yeah, volcano mining. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, I don't have to make this like look proper and correct, but I guess we're just gonna wing it a bit. Yeah, like, you know, sure, why not? This looks okay. This is fine. Everything is good here. There are no problems. I love that shot of dopamine because you said my name, says Stans. That's awesome. I wish I could like exclusively find the people who would be happy if I said their name, and then say their names. That's something I like. The thing is though, I feel like every time I do like I'm just gonna say your name, there's a little less value to that, right? Like if I randomly say like, hello Ornormus, how's it going? Or Marius Vigil. Thank you for the 199. Kiss, 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 kiss. Yeah, it's a bit of a confusing thing, right? This is why we need consistency. Yeah, I hope that the thing about Microsoft though is like being such a big entity, there are lots of people who have their own visions for their part of the game, but ultimately there's someone in a suit in a room somewhere who needs to make the decision about like, well, what's actually viable and what's not.
You have saved my life, Toy Cat. My house would randomly burst into flames every couple of minutes, but ever since I've subbed it's been oddly fireproof. Also, excited for your map on the marketplace.
First of all, I thought that was a really serious one. I was like, oh, that's such a heartfelt comment. And then you're like, yeah, you saved my life. Used to always be going through house fires for some reason. Also, long time no see. I've missed the streams. Thank you, Rosie Pharaoh. I've missed the streams as well. Except I've been here. So, you know what? You have missed the streams. You're right. That is your bad, Rosie. But no, it's good to see you. I reckon you pop in every few months, make a comment about lesbians and coffee, and move on with you. And that's something I love. That's something I love a lot. All the strongholds in my world don't have end portals. Should I delete that world and start a new one? I'm sure if you find, like, I'm sure that eventually you'll find an end portal of a stronghold. Like, the odds of any individual stronghold not having one is low. So it sucks that you found so many, and you should be able to get past that, I'm sure. Use soul torches instead of normal torches. The thing is, soul torches aren't like a natural part of the Nether. I mean, not that any of this is particularly natural, but at least there's like some claim to be. Where did this iron ingot come from? And there's, oh god, we have a lot of garbage we're picking up here. Make sure we just throw that in a chest. Deal with that later. Also, hey, Fumasa! Thank you so much for coming in. First of all, you've been a member for a year, it looks like, based on your diamond badge. That's the thing I want to thank you for. Thank you for becoming the channel's 429th member. Can we hit 500 is a question that I can't answer, but you can, dearest subscribers. And I hope you choose to answer in the way that brings Toycat the money benefit that he likes, because he's, you know, every time I say like, oh yeah, I like to do things that are viable financially because I like money and it pays for things that I need, but also things that I want. I always feel like a little twinge of like, ooh, yeah, such a money. And it's like, you know, should it be more like, yeah, in society, should it be weirder to not be interested in money? Also, I'm glad my legacy is lesbians and coffee, as a lesbian drinking coffee right now, Lamau. But yeah, school has been busy and I'm in uni. Thank you for converting to British. Get very confused otherwise. But I am understanding you 100% right now. Also, Jake says, I still play Minecraft PS4 Edition because I don't like the idea of world generation updates once I start a world. Please talk me out of this. World generation updates once you start a world. So the world generation will never update on you post the world, like, you'll never have your biome change on you in Bedrock, as best I can tell you right now. The only benefit would be that, like, there's no more updates to Minecraft PlayStation 4. But you could just choose to disconnect your internet if you want to play Bedrock, and that was your big thing. Hey, Gabriel Avizo! I recognize you. Thank you for becoming... Wait, not only do I recognize you, but also, thank you for becoming the 431st member, Erin Collective. We're on a member train today, and I'm very excited. Thank you very much. You mean a lot to me. Erin the collective of Erins in the world. I knew an Erin once. That's the story. Thank you, Wanderer, for becoming the 432nd channel member. We are on a wild... I've never seen a member train go that fast and crazy out of nowhere. Thank you very much. Hey, and Spicy Tim Nation. What does that even mean? What does that combination of words in that order actually mean? If anyone could tell me, I'd love to know. I don't think anyone knows, if we're being entirely honest with ourselves. But I moved my work from Switch to PC using Realms of Man. Switch is self-optimized, it turns out. Oh yeah, do not play Minecraft on Switch unless you're already playing Minecraft on Switch, or you're ready to take a big hit to your ego. Also, my name is Lee, and also Marius Vigil. Do you have another channel?
Do you have another channel that you've subbed to yourself, or have you accepted house fires?
I actually am okay, you know what? This is we have to admit, I say I have 1.62 million subscribers or something. One of those is actually me on my second
name
channel.
is Lee, and I would be happy if you said it. Also, Toy Cat is yes, and I am Welsh.
Hello, Lee, the Sibis, the $10 tipper. You know what, Lee? How are you doing today? I know that you exist as a result of that. Does that feel good or does that feel weird? Does that feel bad? Do you feel more real or less real now? Also, Peter, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the club, and I believe you're 434. Man, we are 435. We've got Lorenzo again. That's how you say that. You might say Toy Cat. That doesn't look like Lorenzo at all. That is Lorenzo. It has been confirmed. It is factual. Thank you for becoming a channel member. That was a member train, and oh my god, the member train keeps going. It has not left the station. It does not intend to dock. It is gonna. Also, thank you so much, Seth, for becoming a channel member, and bringing the total up to 436. Whoa, fast, very fast. Patty Pippers, have you ever tried a sensory deprivation tank? When I was in Vegas, I was intending to do it for so long. Like every day, I'd be like, I'm gonna go do that. But I'd have to get an Uber to get to the sensory deprivation tank place. And something about getting an Uber is just like, you know, I like public transport because it's like, it's there whether you're in it or not. I hate Ubers because it's like, there's a person, and then they take an indefinite amount of time to get to you. It's like, they'll say 3 minutes, you know, like, it's like, oh. So I wanted to, but just like, getting around is awkward and expensive where I was. Also, Tyler Henderson, thank you for becoming the 437th channel member. Welcome to the club. I think, you know what? Streamer's popping today, says Pygo. I don't know why it's popping so much, but I'm having a happier day than I was before. I forgot to type that out, but I have an SMP with Nin Switch and Java and PS4 players. It works well. My member almost doesn't have any problem. See, I think that's the cool thing about Bedrock Java crossplay servers, like uniting people that otherwise play on different platforms and bringing them into like the same place. That's what it's all about. I like unity. I'm a big fan of when people can join and all be in the same place or whatever. And that's nice that you get that on your server. That's really nice to me. Yeah, welcome to all the new wives. I agree, Myra5. Welcome to all the new channel members. You officially have wife status, and even Derek T upgrading. Thank you very much. What a lovely little thing. Yeah, I've always wanted to do a sensory deprivation tank because there's so much going on all the time in life, whether you know it or not, whether you're thinking about it or not. Like, isn't it kind of crazy how we have so little time to just like spend with our own thoughts? We're always doing something else. A sensory deprivation tank is like, you know, like I like going to the movies because you have to watch the movie. You just paid money for it. You eat some snacks. It's the whole thing. I rarely watch movies on my own home because I've got other things to do. Also, thank you, my face when I realize, but spelt the American way. See, I can tell your nationality because you spelt realize with a Z. You've outed yourself as a Yank. Darn it. Also, why don't you play Minecraft on Switch? I find it to be not only every now and then they keep lowering the performance things too, but like I found Minecraft Switch Edition was already not perfect, and Minecraft Bedrock for Switch runs so hilariously bad, and again for me crashes so hilariously much that it's like this isn't a real version of Minecraft to me. In 5 years, I'll be making jokes about this version being like, did they really release this? Like, Minecraft Wii U runs better than Minecraft Switch. Also, Brad Baker, thank you for becoming a channel member. Are you a baker? With a name like that, you know, what? I know that that's where all last names came from. Like, at some point, your ancestors had to come up with a name, and they were like, well, I'm a baker, so we're the Baker family. Also, didn't P used to have amplified worlds? Might be wrong. But I want Bedrock to have them. I want Bedrock to have them too. I think I could believe that they had it temporarily, but I don't believe. I could believe it, but I don't believe it. Is that I'm agnostic towards amplified on Bedrock. Is that a correct assessment of the situation? I think it is. Hey, Crumble Lord, thank you for bringing this up to the highly total of 400 and I'm gonna guess 40. I'm gonna confirm though. 440 channel members. This is the highest we've ever been. It means a lot that you all want to support the stream this way. I can't find out to become a member of my phone, so I'm doing this as Heatwave. Hey, thank you for the tip. If I'm not mistaken, so YouTube actually told me to put this in my description, which is weird. But Like, because iOS doesn't support it natively or something weird like that, there's a link in the description where it opens in your browser, I want to say. I think they stopped telling people to do that because, like, Apple doesn't allow you to, like, circumvent it. But I'm not YouTube, so I can tell you where you can find the member link, even if you are on iOS. Even if Apple doesn't want you to know, I want you to know. So we're going to go right up to the edge of the mountain till we get to, like, here. And then we're just going to make this the end on most of the sides. There we go. All of it besides, like, here. And then a little fire there to mark that it's the end of the tunnel. Which means we also have a bit of stuff there. And there we go. So we're going to remove all the floor ceiling. Make this, like, one branch of the cave. And then the other branch of the cave goes all the way around here. And we'll come back to it when we're good. Also, I sound stupid, but why do people in the UK pronounce the letter Z, and people in America pronounce it Z? That's one of those mysteries that I cannot tell you about. The number of things that change between the UK and America, it's interesting because I used to assume, like, oh yeah, well, the countries have been separate for 200 years, that's why. But most of the changes between American English and British English happened in the first, like, 50 years. Because it's kind of funny, like, it's, at the time, they were kind of, you know, they wanted to be a distinct culture. They didn't want to be like Europe. Europe was seen as this place where, like, oh yeah, it's not about, you know, how good you are at a thing. Like, it wasn't seen as a meritocratic continent. It was like, oh yeah, it's just all about, like, you know, being fancy and noble. So they want to be different and distinct from that European mess. They don't want to be seen as just, like, the UK's rebellious colony. And so they deliberately made a bunch of changes to American English. I've also heard the version that, like, a lot of, because not all Americans are from the UK. In fact, most Americans are not British or even British descended. And as a result, there's a lot of, like, non-English speakers speaking English for the first time. And so the English gets simplified. Like, you know, drive-through is spelled in American T-H-R-U. It's so much easier than Frau, as we spell it in our language. Like, not like Frau, the German word, but like... And so as a result, American English is super... American English is much more simple. Which, and like, we make jokes about that, like, Americans be dumb. They don't understand how to see words unless they're simplified. But it's like, they simplify their English because it's not... You know, everyone in the UK is, for the most part, is like a native British speaker. If you're born here and... Yeah, if you're born in the UK, it's hard not speaking English. Also, thank you, the Mad Hatter. I love, by the way, your name is the Mad Hatter 233, and you are wearing a hat in your picture, which means that, you know, that is a part of your mad identity. And you know, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Also, I think I want to lower this ceiling actually. So let's bring it in right now. Let's bring this all down. Thank you so much for becoming the 441st. Unless I missed one and I'm just terrible. Oh god, I stood in fire. Thank you for becoming the 441st member on the channel. I appreciate you joining. Welcome to the club. Enjoy your new emoji. The best bit about it is being a thing. Is being a having access. Is being a thing. You know. Most descriptive sentence in the world. Why become a member? You'll become things. You get access to the big salmon emoji. You know, I've tried many sales pitches for why you should become a member. But maybe just being big salmon is enough for most people. Can we get to 450 this stream? One can only dream, Cat. One can only dream. I do love in London as well as living here. Also the ZZ thing in particular. I don't know that one. I do know, I know why Americans call football soccer, even though the rest of the world calls football football. And then Americans call, like, what is it, that game with the hand egg? See, I'm being funny. You know, but like, the reason behind that one is because, like, there's a British slang term for association football. Association, association, soccer football. But then, like, soccer football becomes soccer in America. And they're like, well, now we can describe the two types. Just like there's association and union rugby, if I'm not mistaken. But, like, obviously football and football are very different. There's also Gaelic football. We're diving down a rabbit hole that I don't want to right now. Funcat, please read my previous comment. It contains some information that you might be interested in. Thank you for the tip. Also, if I get a PS5, can I transfer my Switch world? Via Realms, maybe. Otherwise, I genuinely don't know. Also, I guess the light level down here is slightly too dark. I could raise this all up by one block, place a bunch of warp planks down and just leave this how it is. Sounds like a terrible idea. Let's place some... Oh, because these are half slabs, we can just place glowstone in the ground. Not that we should. Yeah, we should place our glowstone, like, in the walls, maybe? Yeah, no, I guess in the walls makes sense. Have, like, a ring of it. Or torches in the ground. Let's go with a classic. Now that we've dug up the floor anyway, might as well place some torches in it. You know what they say? You've made your torch floor. Now live in it. Your dedication to Minecraft is really inspiring. What do you think about making custom worlds in World Painter? I have never heard of... I feel like I've heard of World Painter, but I'm assuming it's a way you can make your own custom set of biomes and then play in it that way. Sounds pretty cool. I think most of the people who use like external tools in Minecraft struggle with the whole like keeping it fun thing, because like it's like, well, why don't I do it again and again? And like, I totally see why you want to jump on the treadmill of expectations and why that's fun to do, but I also think that's why I haven't maybe. Also, let's take a little block into the hole here, little fire into the wall, just to make things a bit brighter as we go around. Yeah, I like the idea of using fire exclusively in these tunnels. It just seems fun to me. Be careful of those respawn ankles. They can destroy your signs and lava and make it fall everywhere if they're going to explode. So you're saying don't hit the left trigger button in front of the sign. That's what you're saying. Also, FunCat1, what was your previous message? FunCat1. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see your previous tip. I'm sure it was a delightful comment, and I would be very proud. I'm sure it would be great to read. Also, what is Gaelic football? Also 735. Yeah, Gaelic football is like an Irish type of football. I don't even understand it, honestly, but it's a thing that exists. And then Australia has Aussie rules football. I'm okay. You know, if you're Australian, you can make fun of me for this. So in Australia, there's something called Aussie rules football, and I always heard it because like it was people being proud of this type of football, and so I heard it as like Aussie rules, like Australia rules, because Aussie is short for Australia in Australia. Anyway, so I was like, you know, they sure are proud of their football variant right there. And then I learned later, much later, that actually it's called Aussie rules because it's Australian rules. And you know, that's when I learned that I was really dumb. Also, isn't it kind of wacky that the fire spread through the wall, but it hasn't spread from my flaming chandelier? You know, just seems like there's a flaw there somewhere. Yeah, I think, could you make slow down a little faster? It says, I play Geometry Dash. I think slow down is really good where it is, because I like it to encourage quality messages where I can. Okay, we're going to make like a sneaky little pathway this way. It's going to deliberately be behind a wall. And this is where I'm going to like farm dirt or stone or whatever. No, I like slow-mo being pretty slow, because it encourages you to, you know, like have a message that's worth saying for your 30 seconds. Like, you know, the problem with Twitch chat is people are emoji spamming, and even though people are saying something, no individual person is, whereas I like much more I like reading messages from people like Dr. Penguin66, who has become the 442nd member on the channel. Thank you so much for joining the exclusive, elusive, reclusive club. Okay, so we're gonna leave this like this on all sides, and this is where I'm gonna go mine for all the dirt, and it's gonna go behind a wall because that's how it be. This message is worth saying, says Josh Draws. See, you know, you had one message and you made it count, and you know, I'm proud of you for that. I am proud of you for that. I hope you know that. Yeah, I need to light these fires later. I think that's a smart lesson for me to learn. So we're gonna leave that indenting like this, I guess. Yeah, place a little block there. Block over here. Block over there. Block over there. Boom. Now it's a pretty cave. But what are the differences in Canadian English? Hey, for example, lieutenant is pronounced lieutenant. Lieutenant's pronounced lieutenant in British English. That's one of my biggest bothers. Like, how does that become lieutenant? Like, it's got to be some weird Latin garbage that I just don't understand. You know, I'm still upset about it, even if I don't understand it, just like most people and most things. Yeah, I think it's better to have a slow mode on to encourage like more worthwhile contributions. Because it's a shame to me that you can put a lot of thought into writing a message like, hey, Toy Cat, I wondered what you thought about... You know, like right now, I'm going to read you 2 messages. Did you hear about the new combat update? Says Quibbly. I did hear about the new combat update because I'm making new... I don't want to be... You know, not gonna do this. Not gonna do the whole... Oh yeah, I run a news channel. Of course I've heard about the thing that you're telling me about that I've made videos on. Because one of my biggest, like... It's not even a pet peeve, it's just like... It makes me sad in the world that people, like, tell me about things that I've made videos on. Because YouTube, even though they're subscribed to me, YouTube hasn't showed them my video on that thing. It's like, wow. They are interested in this thing, YouTube. If only there was some way... If only there was some video from a YouTuber they liked on it. Oh, there is a video from a YouTuber they liked, but you haven't shown it to them for whatever reason. What a shame. So, okay, my message, according to the internet, apparently there are 547 employees working on Minecraft. I believe that is wrong because they're firing and rehiring so often. Like, firing and hiring, not rehiring. They're hiring different people. Like, some of the people that made some of my favorite Minecraft features don't work anymore. Some people I don't know of, start working on Minecraft every day. It's kind of cool, or interesting, or terrible. Your opinion about which of those words goes in there. So, yeah, to give an example, right now in chat, there is a message from, let's read 2 out. We've got a message from Pancakes the Idiot, literally me when, and we've also got a message from, we got a message from Kelvix saying, what do you think of an idea where Mojang adds cross-version servers where people in Bedrock can join Java servers like Hypist, etc.? Yeah, actually, it's a simplified. It's an idea that's been mentioned enough. It's not a unique idea, but they put a lot of thought into it. Like, they had ideas and they're sharing it, and someone can just be like, smiley face, or someone can just be like, not me, or hey yo, and that seems like it's democratization. That seems like it's great that everyone is equal. But when you make everyone equal, you're really removing, you know, like, there's equality is a double-edged sword. When you make everyone's vote equal, for instance, you make, you know, like, that means you're also making people who don't vote for, you know, parties based on their policies, but based on their names, or based on a political ad they watched once, or what their parents say. You make that as valuable as your own vote. And, like, that's a worthwhile trade-off, we say. But it is a trade-off, you know. Equality comes with its minor downsides. When we make all messages equal, we make the message from Error 404 saying, grrr. We make that message equal to, you know, Crazy Social Game. I loved it when you played console for a while. I'm playing on console right now. Look, here's my Xbox menu. Now you know. I will be switching to PC soon. Right now, my whole thing is set up towards, like, recording Xbox. I imagine when I move that will change. But you know, I'm speculating on the future now. By the way, I'm viewing houses tomorrow. So, you know, about to make a 6-digit purchase. Wait, in dollars it's gonna be like 7 digits purchase. Because London it's not even a big place. You know, I wonder, like, I would love to see, just to, like, make me sad, like, what $1 million gets you in, like, various places around the world, just to show, like, and then it's nothing if you're here. I looked in I once looked at, like, the housing market in San Francisco, because that's where that's where I visited my girlfriend a lot, and I saw a parking space for $150,000 once, and I was like, oh, that's nice. That's like, you could buy, like, a giant plot of land with a ranch in it out in Nebraska, or you can own a spot to park a car. One car, not a big car, not an RV, a car in a garage. That, like, it's fascinating to me, this, like, the disparity, because the reason is that land costs different amounts everywhere, but it's bizarre. Move to Scotland. You know, Scotland has, like, a 1% higher rate of tax than the rest of the UK. And, like, on principle, I don't even consider, like, that's my thing. If, like, you know what, you know, if you're already taking whatever percent it is, you know, you should you should be aiming to lower that, not raise that. That should be your goal. You know, like as a service provider, you should try and make things cheaper. And so like just out of principle, it's like no, I will not support that. That is not getting support from me, friendos. You know, if it was like vice versa, if they're like, oh yeah, come to Wales, we'll give you a 1% discount. I'd be like, yes, I'm moving my whole life for this 1% discount. But you know what? For the opposite, it's already painful to swallow that. Like, you know, do you want to talk about the intricacies of living in London versus living in the rest of the UK? I'm sure we don't, so we're not going to. But I have actually looked into, because like Scotland has, in fact, Glasgow in particular, it's a city. Wait, chat, you know, do you want to hear about Glasgow? Of course you do, because it's my stream and I'll talk about it. 7 digits, my Toycat is rich. Where I live, you can get a lakeside mansion for 400k. No, the point is I'm not rich, because I'm just to own a house, I have to get in that amount of debt. You know, like I guess it's that point where if you owe the bank $100,000, you know, you're in trouble. If you owe the bank, you know, $100 million, then the bank's in trouble. I guess you could argue it's like that almost. But like, it's like I have to go through that amount of debt. You know, it'd be cool if you're buying in cash and I had that amount lying around. That'd be the dream. You know why? Let's do a mega live stream, donation marathon. See how. Wait, if I have 1.6 million subscribers, if everyone just gives me 66 cents, except you know what? That doesn't work because. Okay, you know what? We got. If everyone just gives me, like we'll say that like you know, half of all YouTube subscribers are inactive. So if everyone just gives me $1.32, stop being a Tory Toycat. That is funny. I think that there should be one of the things that upsets me is that people view the political lens. Like I know this is a funny comment. It's joking. I like it, but I wish both people from both sides. Like, if you are a big fan of, like, things that you want the government to do that they're not, it should be like, they should stop wasting that huge £1 trillion pot of money. Like, you know, how do they spend £1 trillion a year and still we have all these problems? Because of all the places it's not correctly spent. That should be, like, the #1 place to get more money. It's like, you know, if you are a person and you're like, okay, I am over here trying to work out how to have more money. You don't tell people like, oh yeah, the trick to having more money is the trick to having more money is you go out and you earn more. You gotta go take it from the world, whatever. It's like no, the trick to having more money is like spend the money you do. Like you're spending $200 a week on lottery tickets. That's too much. You should not be doing that. They're like, nah, I'm just gonna go get a second job. It's like you really don't need a second job. You could just. It's like I'm just gonna get a second job. Except imagine the second job is actually finding someone with a job and being like, you know what? How about you give me, you know, it's 30-40% of your income, and then I buy lottery tickets of it. And it's like, but. Anyway, that's Toycat's rant on fiscal responsibility. This is riveting stuff. This is why people come to watch Minecraft streams to hear about you know, like whenever people talk about it, they're like, let's just brush that to the side. You know, the real issue is that it's people with yachts. It's definitely not the lottery tickets I'm buying. Also, thank you so much, Sushi in Your Face. Also, House Fund donation. Thank you, Cat Beanie. You have officially, if everyone did what you did, we would have a big old bring back the jet ski fund, says Rosie Farrow. Thank you very much. I like the idea of the jet ski fund personally. I think it's a great I think it's a wonderful concept. But whenever like there were so many people for a while being like, yo, you scam people, why haven't you jet skied? And I'd be like, because I can't swim. They won't let me on a jet ski. It was meant to be like, you know, it's like funny because YouTubers are out here being like, gonna use this to buy my cat's medicine. You're gonna kill a cat if you don't tip me, you monsters. You know, it was meant to be like a play on that, and it just kind of got lost somewhere in the meantime. Anyway, so as I was saying before that, also I realize now the issue of $1.32 is YouTube takes 30%. So if it's via super chat, 1.32 divided by 7 and then times by 10. Okay, the actual number once you take into account YouTube's cut is $1.89. If you want to be official. Okay, you know what, chat? Let's make a drive. Every one of ToyCat's million subscribers needs to pitch in $1.89. And if we can do that, if we can just, then ToyCat can have a house without the bank owning a larger share than him. In fact, I guess like that's all we need. I'll cover some amount of subscribers. Hey, thank you for covering 2.5 subscribers. Are you watching right now? And you're like, couldn't tip. Don't worry, he's covered 1.5 of you. I switched onto the stream just now, and I thought I'd accidentally tuned into an Ayn Rand podcast from Beyond the Grave. Late stage toy capitalism. I don't like to talk about, like, I'll totally admit that, like, you know, the thing about politics that most people don't get is, like, your political views are just, because people base their, like, as in my political views, not yours. Your political views are great. They're perfect. They're wonderful. My political views are garbage. They are incorrect. They're wrong. They're harmful and dangerous. I'm sure it is, you know, your opinion, and we shouldn't trust me. But I wish more people could be like, you know, actually, yeah, you know, it's okay to realize that political opinions are opinions, rather than being like, no, I hold these to the grave.
Like 10 smiley face.
Thank you so much, Yats, for the £20. Not only is that covering 10, that's covering like 11. You know, also thank you, McBella78, myself covered with an extra 12 cents for the pile too. You know, you're all heroes. With everyone here today, we're wonderful. Why are you saying dollars? Don't you use pounds, says Seth. I get paid in dollars though. Fun fact. The only time I don't get paid in dollars is if you go via Streamlabs. They convert and do the card processing, and then they pay me in pounds. I think everything else I'm paid in dollars. Oh, I was paid in Canadian dollars recently because of the ToyCat plush. The company's based in Canada. That was an experience. Speaking of an experience, House Fund. Thank you so much for what is... I don't know the exchange rate, honestly. I hear it's been going up. Like, America's currency's been devaluing, like, You know, here's an interesting little quirk about Americans. I'm just... You know, again, I'm always worried someone's gonna be like, oh... Like, because the thing about political opinions is they start to, like, cloud a lot of the rest of your... Like, you know, if I said right then, oh yeah, I think we should spend more responsibly rather than assuming that there's an infinite money pit from which all the spending... Which, you know, like, to some people there is an infinite money pit. Like, you know, why not just dig from that? Why ever take money from anyone if there's a pit out there? But, views on a maximum wage, says Jake. I think, I only learned, like, semi-recently that, like, FDR was one of the first advocates for a maximum wage. It sounds like a good idea in theory. In fact, the only reason that I am opposed to it now, like, I think at the time I heard it, I was like, seems like the easiest way is just to, like, if you really want to discourage something, like, there is a tax rate that can do that. You don't need to, like, legislate maximum wage. But the problem with it now is, like, the people, you know, the things that we associate with rich, the big money like that, they don't make their money as a wage. They make it as a, you know, they just have a big lump of cash lying around, and that money makes them money because they invest it at rates that, you know, like that's probably the more poignant issue than, like, wages. Like, people be like, oh, CEOs earn 100-something times what their workers do. But, like, the biggest value in them is they run the corporations that are, and they own stock in corporations they run, and they know how they can, you know, like, if you work at Heinz Beans or American Airlines or whatever, you are in charge of running the company on which you own a lot of stock. So you're gonna try and, you're like, that's a lot of how their compensation comes about, and that's a lot of how they make huge amounts of money. The whole, like, the aspect of it that is not that is a bit more complex. So yeah, what are my views on it? Sounds like a good enough theory. I think it falls apart a little bit, but I don't like to talk politics because, again, like, I think, you know, like, that me going into it with a whole, like, would it work or not mindset That's not what some people want or care about in their, you know, in their political issues. Like to some it shouldn't matter. Like the success rate of something isn't as important as trying to do something. Like you know, we have a human instinct to want to do things, to make things. We have a human want to do something, and the effectiveness of something can kind of be secondary to all of that. And that sounds dumb on the surface, and like it's hard not to see it a little bit that way, to me. But also, like, you know, trying to shift the rest of the world to, you know, like your whole narrative and discussion on this is going to come from your worldview. So it's gonna inherit all those biases. Some people would say, you know, you can make it work. You just need the right law and loopholes, and then you're going into like an arms race. Except you're the problem with any government arms race is like your part of it is happening in the public and needs to, because it's like public consent, whereas their side is happening behind closed doors. You know, there's a very interesting debate about the power of individuals and the power of collectivities. Anyway, what is he doing with the dirt, says Rosie Farah. You know, I always just collect dumb amounts of dirt, because I always use dumb amounts of dirt for things. And like this volcano is like the perfect opportunity for me to mine like hilarious amounts of it. But we're gonna hide that behind what should we hide it behind? A couple of glowstone blocks. Yep, sounds good to me. I just have to remember that we go behind the glowstone if we want to mine blocks in the future. That's all I have to remember it. Anyway, so thank you very much YSSD for the house fund. You know, I'm glad I'm now a wealthy house owner, thanks to the tips from all of you. We only need 999,985 more people to give $1.86. No, $1.89. And then Toycat will own his house outright. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've watched the stream, and it's just as good as I remember it, says Bonnie Pillow. Hey, I'm glad you like them. I never know what I'm... This is kind of the nature, I guess. It's like stream of consciousness or whatever. I never know what I'm talking about. I flow through it, and I'm like, oh god. I dove into the political realm again, where like everyone... It's the place where it's easiest for people to be mad, and where, like, because I'm not trying to push some individual idea or party, it's bad. Like, you know, I was about to say the whole, like, one of the crazy things that happens, and it still blows my mind, is whenever there's a president that's not, from the right-leaning party in America, whenever there's a president not from that one, like, the currency goes into free fall. Like, they have a whole crisis of, like, is this going to be the end for like, you know, capitalism as we know it? And I find that just to be hugely interesting. I think I need some nether quartz in this cave and maybe some magma. I think more nether quartz than magma. Also, what I need to do is I need to finish up this entrance. It's got a little bit of dirt visible. Impossible for a mansion to spawn in my world. I've only found the same biomes, 6 biomes out to 50,000 blocks. Cedars 547 / locate not working. That's interesting. Are you in the... what I'd recommend doing is, like, teleport yourself to, like, 100,000 blocks, see if it doesn't work then, and then continue onwards. That's fascinating. Also, thank you, Narwhal08. I hope you find success. Why do they make the potion effects on a separate menu? What do you think about the GameStop stock strategy? I love the GameStop story. It is one of my favorite weird, quirky things to come out of 2020. Also, thank you, Snake Sliver, for becoming a channel member. We've been having... I think we've had the best stream for channel memberships that we've had in a very long time. And thank you so much for becoming the 444th channel member. Ooh. Thank you for becoming a new channel member. And I hope by the end of today's live stream, if anyone's out there that's on the edge about becoming a member, you're like, you know what's going on here? First of all, you get access to the big fish emoji. So I don't know how you can possibly be on the edge about that. But second of all, in case that's not convincing you, you know, as the crazy person you are, not convinced by random facts from a stranger on the internet, then maybe what will convince you is, you know what? If there is just 6 more people that do it today, we'll hit 450, and that'd be a big milestone. But you know what? My milestones don't need to matter to you. That's one of the things that always, like, gets to me as a thing. Like, you know what? You don't have to care about any milestone. Like, you know what? I like to hit milestones. I would like if you would like that. But let's understand, like, it's weird to act like your goals are important to everyone else. Like, yeah, you know, my goal, I also would like to lose some. You know, I gained a lot of weight in America. I've been trying to lose. Also, while I was in Liverpool, like I was in an entirely different part of the UK, and then they announced like a lockdown, like 2 days into me being there. So I spent 2 weeks in the city just ordering food, trying to like enjoy the benefit of being on the other side of the country that way. I love you, Toy Cat. Take my Toy Cat tax, please, says Snake Sliver. Thank you so much, Snake Sliver. You have more than paid the Toy Cat tax, and I hope you're all good. Also, I love the talking more than the gameplay. I love the gameplay more than the talking. Yeah, that will show you. No, I like that people enjoy coming to hang out, do a little talky talk. I love you, says Chicken Joe. I love you too, Chicken Joe. I love you too. Why are all YouTubers using community? You mean the community posting feature? Honestly, it's one of those things that like most people just dismissed as being worthless until they realize that like, oh, it can drive subscribers. Like it took me a depressingly long time to notice that. But like once you notice, it's like, well, why would you go back to not? Also, thank you for the tip, FunCat1. I don't know what your opinion is on this, but I think that shroom lights would look cooler than glowstone. Yeah, I think shroom lights might look cooler than glowstone, actually. I don't think anyone is here for the gameplay, no offense. I think a lot of people, like... I think we have this tendency to assume things in... Like, there's 3 states of being that our brain is really good at dealing with. There's all the time, like 100%. There's 50%, like roughly half the time. And there's 0%. You know, everyone here, 100% of people are of course here to listen to the talking. Like, it's probably more like, I don't know, 70%, but it feels like 100%. You know, what are the odds of you, when you go outside, being hit by a car crash? You feel like it's 0%, or if you're a really anxious person, you're on edge the whole time because you feel like it might happen. You don't think it's certain, but you think it's likely. You think it's a possibility, and it's a very scary, worrying one.
In my opinion, the GameStop story blew the idea that large investors use intelligence and data to make money. It was purely strong-arming in some cases, and that Reddit group blew the lid off the scam.
I actually, you know, I totally agree with you there. I think it was always assumed... Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for shroom lights. Where do I find shroom lights? I know where I find shroom lights. Oh, and I'm also looking for the nether quartz. There we go. We'll take 22 of those. But yeah, I think you're totally right. When I was like in year 10, so 10 years ago now, I remember I asked my business teacher, like, so what's the deal with stocks? I'm here for those long distance electric rides. You know, that's the real reason anyone shows up. Shantawa showed us all up once again. But I remember I was just like, so what's the deal with these? And he's like, well, you see, stocks go up when people buy them, and they go down when people sell them. And I was like, but like, why? And he's like, well, people choose to sell and buy a stock if it's going really well. They'll choose to. Do I have 22 in there as well as 22 here? What a cool coincidence. But I was like, so why did they go up every minute of every day? And he didn't really have a good explanation. We played a stock-based game, and I remember I found an exploit in it, and I'd always win. And he's like, wow, you could tell which companies were gonna go up and down, huh? And I was like, no, I just worked out they go up and down by fixed amounts, which means the best gains were had in the small performing stocks. You know, it was I found like I thought that was a fun little anecdote. But the part that I always found interesting is like, yeah, it seems that everyone always tries to put a deeper meaning, like, oh yeah, price to earnings ratios, but there's always a lot of exceptions to the rules that prove that it is just all it is. The only thing that determines how much a stock is worth, it's just supply demand. How many people want to buy the stock? How many people want to sell it? And the thing the GameStop thing proved is like, if everyone works together to buy it up and limit the supply when people desperately need it, you know, like it's proven the same thing that like toilet paper proves, or like PS5s. Actually, yeah, PS5s is a better example. There is a limited supply of PS5s. More people want PS5s than there are PS5s in the world. I think every games console has this problem to some extent, but it's like particularly notable with the PlayStation for whatever reason. Anyway, so also let's work on the cave around here. I remember there is a cave, and it's mildly annoying because it's okay. So first of all, we'll get this little block up here, and then we'll oh god, you know, might be a bit more of a problem than I think. Okay, but okay, I'm gonna try and place the block in and kind of fly past it. Okay, come on, I can do this. I can do this. Oh no, I can't do this. I'm in. Oh god, what did I do to myself? Okay, I see what happened now. I fell into the hole. Okay, I got it. I got it. We're good. We're good. So we just place the block down there, and then we're good. But yeah, it's the same thing with PlayStation 5's. Like there are not enough of them to satiate the demand, and so price goes up, and price keeps going up until there is a price point where the number of buyers at that point, you know, it's the most basic economic thing. It's literally, to use an American terminology here, it's economics 101. Like the more of something there is, the lower a price you need to sell all those things. The less of something there is, the higher a price you need for everyone to be able to buy those things. But to see it happen on a scale where like people who made risky bets got screwed because they didn't assume other people could do this. This was only their ability. There is a certain charm to that, right? Like I also think it's like I also think it's disingenuous to act like this is a win for the little guy or whatever, because it is a win for a bunch of people on. Like I'm sure a lot of small people did win, but I also think like the biggest winners were other hedge funds who bet against it, and then they're not going to come out and be like, yeah, we made a lot of money joining on this whole, you know, Reddit thing, because you know that's not in the narrative anyway. What's in the narrative is like, yeah, it was a bunch of people screwing this one firm over, and they did a really good job, and that'll teach Wall Street to underestimate the little guy. And it's like, I don't know how much of that is true, but it's a nice story to tell anyway. Toycat, I'm an Arabic subscriber and I love the videos. Guys, let's get Toycat to 1K likes. Sorry if I misspelled. Hey, Redstone Tutorial, thank you. The thing about likes is in 2021 or whatever, I don't know if there's any huge purpose to go off them. Thank you for choosing to like. I like that people like because it's like an indication to me that like, oh, that many people watched the video, then thought, yeah, I'm gonna hit that button. Because, you know, like how many people are watching a YouTube video, but then they're kind of zoning out on the side? How many people are watching a YouTube video, but like something else is, yeah, it's something else is on their mind, or they like, you know, or even if they don't like it, you know, but like not enough to be like, I'm gonna dislike this. Just enough to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave. This wasn't good for me. I love the like as a mechanism to be like, yeah, this many people like, you know, that perhaps you could tell me it's a way to see how many people like a video. So I tried donating my 189, but my card got declined. Whoops. Oh, let me tell you about. You see, you might think that your 189 goes to smart things like my house purchase, and indeed, I'd like to believe that too. If I've never mentioned this, I have a rule. I was looking at new scooters for so long because I recently. Okay, you know, let me tell you the tale. Because I went past the scooter store. It's called Pure, if you live in Liverpool, Manchester. Apparently they're the only 2 stores in the country. So I went past this store, and they had a scooter. I zone out by default, it can't be helped. I like to believe you were zoned out as you heard that, and you're like, is Toycat calling me out again? I'm sorry, I've got a low attention span. I haven't slept much, it's not my fault. I only subbed a few months ago, says Colin McDougall. I hope you've enjoyed your house fire protection. Sorry to use Streamlabs and failed. Sorry to get. I'm a new player and your content has made playing lots more fun for me. Keep up the great work. Hashtag GME. I'm so curious about where GameStop stock goes from here. Because every step along the way I thought to myself, now is the time to short. Like, you know, now's the time to bet against it going up. But I've just genuinely been convinced, like, you know what? You have no idea. It's like playing roulette at this point, buying and or shorting the stock. Which is maybe the beautiful part of it. Maybe that's the Maybe that's the part people like. So, I'm watching a friend live stream, then watching ToyCat live stream. You know, multiple live streams. That's the way forward. I mean, I don't agree with that, but I'm going to say it anyway, because it sounds nice. That's how I make most of my decisions. I say the things that sound good, and then people agree. I know their Manchester shop. Our hotel was so close to it there, so sponsored by IKEA. We might have had the same hotel, sponsored by IKEA. Xander Weigel, ToyCat, I want to know if you mute my philosophy teacher and listen to your videos. Oh, you muted... You know what? Who needs a philosophy teacher when you've got a cat inside of Minecraft questioning the nature of things? You know what? People say I think and therefore I am. But, like, I'm just saying, what if that's an invalid set of propositions? What if thinking is not the only prerequisite to existing? Yeah, now you're thinking about it. One of the things actually, one of my craziest beliefs, I think, that keeps me like semi-sane in the world, is the belief that, like, you know what, this isn't real. There is like a realness to it in the sense that it is being experienced by some body capable of feeling somewhere. But like, is this me, right? Is all of this around it real? Who knows? And I think it's the most bizarre, provably wrong set of beliefs out there. You know, it's like people who are like interested in astrology, but like don't like to admit it. They're like, oh, let's look at my astrology. Oh, it's so funny how it says I'm like, you know, gonna have a good day today. Like, it's wrong, obviously. It's just, but like, it's funny how they say that, you know, and how they say like people born in my month of the year are like really good feelers, you know, how like Aries are like, Aries are such, but it's like, there are some things that are nice to believe, even when you know they're wrong. Like, karma is something I love to believe in. Like, I love this idea that you do something good things will happen to you separately. I think the idea of pay it forwards is the much more simple version of that. Like, when good things happen to you, try and do good things to other people, and then we can all be slightly better and happier. ToyCat was blown up by a creeper. I wish I was blown up by a creeper. I actually don't. Please don't blow me up, creepers. But also we are just 6 channel members away from 450. I'm just saying, if you're out there and you're like, you know what, is now the time? Do I want to hear Pigstep play? Then the answer should objectively be, in my opinion, of course you want Pigstep to play. Also, I need to put some of this like in a cave, but let's like throw a couple blocks there, and then we'll throw. Yeah, we'll leave that there. I need to do like a fly around this entire thing, just kind of looking for blocks that we missed, and we'll fill them. Oh, up there. That's a dastardly miss right there. Would hate to leave that till the end of time. Capricorn Gam. See, like, it's one of those things that, like, everyone knows on some level, like, yeah, the month and the year that you're born has, like, a tangential. But, like, it's also nice to believe for some people. Like, yeah, of course, it's got some bearing on your life. I think a lot of people like to believe that, like, trauma, bad things that have happened to you, have to have a meaning. Because if a bad thing happened to you and it doesn't help you in some way, then what was the point in the bad thing? I think that's another common trait of thought people have. That, you know, like, if I endured this terrible thing, then at least it is for some grand purpose. And that grand purpose can just be as simple as, like, stopping someone else from enduring the thing. Like, I don't know, a story I read recently was like, oh yeah, there was this girl that died in a terror attack. She was very young, and her parents were out there like, this shouldn't happen to anyone, you know, like, and in fact the way it happened was like, that is not really so relevant. It's like tragic. Don't read it. Don't look into what I'm telling you about right now. It's just a sad story that I don't know why ever came to light. But yeah, their whole thing became like, we will stop this happening to other people. There's this story of these parents who there's this story of these people who, like, you know, their child just went missing one day. He went to London. There's proof of him being in London. Then he went missing forever. Presumed that he was killed, or something bad happened to him somewhere, right? But we don't know where, we don't know what, and there's a whole mystery about it. But the parents are just like, you know what? Having someone go missing is so much worse than having someone die, because you always think about it. You always think, what if they're gonna show up this minute now? Because every now and then in a missing person story, the missing person does come back. But like for most missing person stories, it's gone forever. And like when you feel a certain amount of pain, just wanting to know that like there is some grander purpose to this. Like whenever I'm sad, like something that I try to get comfort from is like, well, this happening now it's avoiding this same thing happening in the future. Like it's at some point someone you care about's gonna die. If it happened now, then at least that's gone from the future. On the topic of sad stories, never watched The Road. Oh, The Road is something I do know about. I have heard it is absolutely... I forgot what it was. I know it's like a man and his child, and the child... There's something terrible, and I don't know all the details off the top of my head, but I remember being like, oh god, that is just terrible. But anyway, missing people just randomly disappear so often. It's crazy. See, but what brings me comfort from that, even though it's just a story I'm telling myself in my head right now, on the subject of stories people tell themselves to feel good. Like, no parent is ever going to come out and be like, yeah, our child hated us. Our child really didn't want to be alive, he said multiple times. We just didn't assume that he'd follow through on it. And then he did. And now we have to cover our bases by pretending. I think a lot of people disappear because they just want a new life. Like, if I disappeared, which for the record, that is my plan. If I ever am, like, I don't know. If I'm accused of some crimes that I didn't commit, I genuinely think I might just, like, vanish in that way. I can't tell people, and I'm especially, if something bad happens, I'm not going to tell the people who did the bad thing to me. And if that's my parents, they're not going to know. If it's the internet, you're never going to know where I'm at next. You get the point, like, vanishing is my strategy. It even sounds kind of fun. But, like, you can't ever undo it, because if you undo it, you break your cover for the entire time. Same with witness protection or whatever. I have to head to a meeting, says Rosie Farrow. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for tipping. If I'm not mistaken, what is enough to buy 1/1,000,000th off the house that Toycat is looking for? Or 1/500,000th. Honestly, I forgot how we did the maths. I think it was 1/2,000,000th, right? You know what? We got that, and that's what matters. So okay, we got this. I don't think we got this. We got a few blocks missing. Another thing I was thinking about recently, because like the idea of like never knowing being tragic, there is something interesting about like a lack of information and how you kind of deal with that, right? Pull a Frank Abagnale Jr. Yeah, exactly, right? Like if people know that you went missing, then that defeats the point. Like, if people know that you're missing because you faked your identity, you've done it wrong. Like, when someone goes missing, that's also potentially a very happy story. That's actually what makes it so terrifying on the parents or whatever, but that's a whole different point. I literally had a whole message there. Lamau, it just vanished. You have to head to a meeting. I get it. It's an important message. You want to tell me about it real bad, and now I know about it. I have to be really careful with this bed, by the way. I have to be real careful. I wake up on my bed. That's nice. If the person who said every European is bad at politics, they have no room to talk. Jewish space lasers. One of the interesting quirks of European versus American politics is like politicians in Europe tend to Americans tend to see Europe as being really far to the left, and Europe tends to see America as being far to the right. And so, like, a lot of right-wing people in Europe are like, a lot of right-wing people in Europe are like very America-friendly, whereas a lot of left-wing people in America are very like seeing Europe as the good idea. And it's interesting because like you literally have examples of how the other system works, and you're like, oh, oopsie. When there's like literal examples of the other system, you're like, but that's so much better. And it's always like, at specific metric. Like, there's no one who can objectively say there is a European country that is objectively better or objectively worse to live in than a US state in every way. Actually, maybe if you pick, like, Moldova and, like, Texas or California. Like, I think you could maybe make an objective argument about one of those two things. Isn't Poland, like, the most right-wing country in Europe? I think it's that bias where you only see particularly... There are only some pieces of news that, like, escape the outside world. Like, they do have a... You know, a lot of the countries that had communist dictators are, like, they're so... They really, really want to refrain from having anything like that again. So it's so easy. It's the same reason that part of Florida, like, always votes right-leaning, because they're like, oh god, they're trying to turn America into another Venezuela or another, you know, Cuba. Countries these people came from, literally escaped with their lives from. It's the same thing in certain parts of Europe, in case you're curious as to why that be the way that it do be. Yeah, we're gonna... There's like loads of tiny blocks we have to go around and replace. And then we can say we're happy and done. Can I own one chunk in your stone forest, says Even Coda. You know what? Starting on the 2nd of February 2021. That's 2 days from now. On Tuesday. 2 days from now. I'm British, so I say Tuesday like I'm chewing. Isn't that funny? But on Tuesday... On Tuesday, the 22nd of... No, Tuesday, the 2nd of February, y'all be able to buy yourself the IBX Toy Cat Let's Play World Map. It'll be a slightly older version than this one y'all seeing right here, because it took about 5 months for Microsoft to certify the map for public release. However, if you want to own the entire thing, you totally can do that. You totally can do that. Okay, so, what are we gonna do next? You know, let's fly outwards and let's find it that way. Okay, there we go. It's over here. Aha. Oh, yeah, we got this. So there's a block just up there. You know, let's use some nether quartz just for the missing blocks. You gotta add a little bit of texture here and there. And then, ooh, this is ugly. I want to fix this. Nether quartz? Nah, just never. Place the torch on that. It's got the exact same problem, but down here now. I guess it's always going to have this problem from some angle. We can't focus on this too much. We can focus on that little corner over there. Ooh, what a big miss. I guess I just never got to that one. Let's make sure that's correct. Brits are so bad at American accents, says Champagne Futures. I'm from America. I know what Americans sound like. They don't sound like they're from the South.
Look,
unless
I
they're
actually
from...
caught the stream live and from my computer, so I can use Streamlabs for once.
Hey!
Stoked to download your world and see it update over time.
Yeah, that's something like, I know like it's going to be a very niche thing, but for people who are excited, I'm excited for people to be able to do that, like to see like, oh yeah, every few months, twice a year is the target. It will update with like the latest, you know, like things going on there. Like I think that's kind of cool. Also, you know, I'm not advertising this at all, but there's a free skin that comes with the map, and it's not going to convince anyone about any. In fact, it might even convince you not to buy the map. But there is a free skin that comes with it. And I haven't seen it in months. I just know it's absolutely tragic. And if tragic isn't enough to get you to buy something, I don't know what is. But yeah, one of the things that I always try to like reason with myself is like, yeah, whenever a bad thing happens for a reason. But I also think it's like I think it's a good like way to cope with the thing that is bad that has happened. But I also think it's like a bad piece of logic to keep in mind. Like, I think believing that like bad things happen for a reason can lead to you justifying those bad things in other people. And you know, like there are some things that aren't good that are like useful to get you to other places sometimes. But I also think like deep, you know, like it's oh god, okay, we should have to swim up from here, and we're good. Might need to put a piece of scaffolding in here somewhere. Oh, okay, we're good. We're fine. We're alive. I'm great. Can I get out of it? I can. So hard, so hard. I think I need to place more Nevrack on the other sides of this. Yeah, let's remove these blocks. Nevrack them up. Just make it a little more Nevracky. Just a little bit better. I think it's hard for Brits to do American accents because there's so many. You can be from New York and you can have an accent that sounds like it's from the middle of the mouth and it's a little lower pitch for reasons no one understands. I know these accents are bad, by the way. Toycat has many accents in vocabulary. Not many of them are good. He say many words, but he will never be a true American. He does not have American blood, soil, and blood in his soul. So he will always be sad Russian and not good American. American. I just enjoy saying that so much. Probably deeply offensive to someone. Not even sure who though. It's really refreshing to come out and hang out and chat with a nice community like this as the Filthy Rat. I like whenever we have like a chill chat, it's one of like my proudest things on YouTube. Like one of the downsides of growth, which is like one of the things that's like essential to keep a channel running, is like you get new people in there and they're like more used to the generic YouTube culture, which is like be as loud and as not obnoxious as you can and just hope that someone notices you because they're calling you out for a bad thing, and that's all you get. But I think we have much more I try to have much more in-depth and ideally intelligent conversations here. I don't know how much we succeed, but I try to. Okay. I can see there's a little patch over here we need to get to. You see that right there? That's a big patch missing. Oh, it's just part of the same patch, I think, but like round the corner. Easy enough to fix. And then we'll do a little fly from another angle. Oh, are we good? Oh, there's one block over there. Okay, this is going to be hell to get. Oh, damn. You know, I'm convinced the Elytra block placing, like, it's slightly offset or something. Like, that shouldn't have landed there. I'm so sure that should have gone to the correct block. Okay. Can I get it this time? No, I can't. One more firework. Is my Elytra fine? Ah, my Elytra's fine. Okay, this time we got it. This time, it's not going to be any problems. Come on. Oh, damn it. See, I was facing directly into the hole, and it just wasn't enough. So now we're scaffolding all the way up. So I'm not like the other girls, 2021. It is one of my favorite things that, like, every girl thinks they're not like... And, like, there is definitely a thing about YouTubers. Every YouTuber thinks they're unique. Also, I actually did fill it in this time. Every YouTuber thinks they're unique, because who wants to do something that is entirely not unique? I think a lot of YouTubers also have, like, this intense, passionate dislike for other YouTubers, because you see in other YouTubers, like, this thing that exists in you. Like, it is objectively crazy to talk at yourself on a, you know, like, what I'm doing right now is objectively insane. I'm talking to myself while placing Nevrack on a mountain, and then I'm calling that entertainment and hoping that people choose to give me their $1.99 in exchange, which is ridiculous of me to do. If you're joining for the first time, this is ridiculous. Why no one wants to watch a YouTuber while they're doing, like, entirely mundane tasks and talking about what they think is good conversation, but it's not good conversation. It's uninteresting to anyone who wasn't already following along. This is terrible. YouTubers are terrible, but, you know, when I say YouTubers, obviously, you know, key exception there being Toycat. This one YouTuber that happens to be me. That's great stuff. There's a certain, like, I find there's a lot of places where you see this in the world, where people will have a hatred of people who are like themselves because they see themselves in those other people and they hate it. Like, loving yourself is a very hard thing to do. And I think one of the things that's, like, definitely true is that YouTubers are very off the basic personality traits. YouTubers have a much higher than normal neuroticism trait in my experience. They're very neurotic people, which makes them great on their highs and maybe not so great on their lows. Yeah, as we've seen time and time again from YouTuber meltdowns. Like, YouTubers are a very particular type of person who thinks that they are worth sharing with the internet. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit like horrified that whenever I see a YouTuber, it's a little bit like looking in a mirror and being like, is that really me? Is that really me? You know, when I look in an actual mirror, I have that feeling sometimes, but I've learned to know this face you're looking at here, that's who I am. It weirds me out, like, knowing that I am me sometimes. But, like, at least I can deal with that and be like, well, I'm all these things that I have internally, that's the me on the outside as well. You know, I am not just the, you know, one set of things, I'm all the sets of things. But then when you see someone else that you don't have the same positive biases towards, you're like, oh god, this mirror, it's reflecting wrong, right? All other YouTubers are just crazy. This one YouTuber's trying to do the best he can. And, you know, it's true, I do try to do the best I can, but it's horrifying to look in a mirror and to see yourself reflected back, but in a way you don't recognize and also despise. I find it to be scary. But, you know, who doesn't find that to be a little bit? We like you, says Cat Beanie. Right, I think people who are super neurotic are much more, I think the phrase would be like, much more Marmite style, right? Like, you either love them or you hate them. Like, you know, it's crazy people. I dig myself an existential crisis when I was 9 by looking in a mirror for too long. Right, you know, who invented mirrors and how do we get them out of this world? Because they... Also, I set my respawn point, but it's nighttime somehow. I'm gonna go try that again. I did something wrong. We need ancient debris trees. Oh god, can you imagine mining so much ancient debris and just using it for trees? I can totally imagine that. Should we do that? You better believe I want to. Huh, yeah, I woke up from bed early. I guess I pressed A or something. Okay, now it's definitely day. See, I literally cannot tell day from night. All looks the same to me. All looks the same to me. I want to patch in these blocks with... Wait, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine all of the corners, and then I'm going to replace them with some warped planks. And that way they won't catch on fire, and they won't spread to all of the other blocks. That is my genius 1000 IQ move. Anyway, take all the beds to the nether to mine debris. You know, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. But, yeah, I think liking yourself is a hard thing to do, and a lot of YouTubers are very good at either pretending to, or they just straight up do, and I don't know which I find crazier. Like the idea that you can ever just be like, yep, me is great, because I feel like, you know, people, you know, to go back to something else, like people act like criticism is bad and you should never criticize a thing that you like. Obviously, we all know that's like kind of crazy in its own way. Like, yeah, being able to criticize things is what makes them better. And I think like there's a balance to it though. Like you need to hear negative things to improve, but you also need to hear positive things. You need to hear. There's a reason we use the phrase like constructive criticism usually, right? Like there is a type of. Okay, we're gonna have that go to there, and then we'll patch it in on this side. I think unless you can hear what someone likes about you, it's hard to internalize it as being a positive thing. I think this is where a lot of people actually like, if I had to guess, this is where a lot of people's big problems come from. That they get all the negative, they get a lot of negative from themselves, they get negative from their peers, and you know, from various media sources or whatever you want to call it. But they never get like the positive side, or if they do get the positive side, it's not from people they trust or can verify from. You know, like, it's crazy how you can, like, one compliment can, like, change.
Happy
Wait.
I survived the first month of 2021.
Hey!
Smiley face.
Thank you very much, James JT Judd. You know what? There's an hour left of 2021. I could still die. Let me prove that right now. I'm going to chug a whole bottle of water, and I'm going to deliberately choke on it, and then everyone's going to be like, ha ha ha, COVID. I hate this thing so much. I always take off the lid. Ugh. When I'm like really thirsty, I can like chug water, but apparently I'm not thirsty enough. I thought I was. It was a lie. Daddy Toycat says Zane3336. Thank you very much. Thank you most importantly for not tipping $10 to get text-to-speech, because I can't imagine how text-to-speech would deal with 10 mustached daddy men. That's for sure. Also, wait, we're gonna make sure we are entirely done with jungle planks, and then we'll go get some warp planks. But COVID. See, it's very funny. I nailed it. The stream joke as soon as you started drinking. It's just like my mother with my dad. See, I'm making a joke about alcoholism. It's very serious though. If you are affected by this joke, please call someone who can actually help, because they can actually help and do something about that. Yeah, I'm good with all these jungle snaps. So I'm gonna trim them with some blue. I think that'd be great. I think you can still be very not comfortable with yourself whilst you can still be very comfortable with yourself while still not loving yourself completely. Yeah, I think you're totally right that you don't need to love yourself. You just need to know. I think it's even bad to love yourself. I think you should like be constantly aware of what your pro and con list is and play to your pros, play to your strengths, and not to your weaknesses. If you know, I despise phone calls and I try to avoid them. I'm very awkward about them. Like I don't even know how to structure it. Oh God, why? Man. It just says man. It just says man. Man. Was he even saying man? The word man means nothing to me now. When you drink so much water, you get COVID. Exactly. Building with wood in a volcano is a great idea, says Boltman Brain. I'm glad you understand my absolute genius. Dance party time. Man. Chat is high quality. I feel like loving those around you is more important than self-love sometimes. Yeah, I think the cool thing about like external like you can validate yourself at any point you want. You can tell yourself that you're amazing at any time. I think there's a certain degree that people like to external. Like every time every now and then I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna compliment some people today. Hey chat. How's it going, chat? You look great today. Has anyone told you that? If not, then they should have, because you do look great today. Except you don't really believe that. So like, you know, you did something today that you didn't want to, and you think to yourself, it doesn't look like anything. No, you did a good job. You objectively have done good, and you should be more proud of yourself for that. I think just knowing that, like, you know, I mean, you did good. It's something that like so many people are like wrapped up in their own stories, so they can't help you with yours, and you don't want to ask them, because if you ask them, it's bad. I'm saying this, you know, like you made an hour of your time. You came along to a Toycat stream. Hopefully you enjoy that some amount. You got some good in today. Yeah, you probably had some bad in today as well, but you made it through, and you're better today than you were yesterday. Also, years of emotional abuse make it difficult to like yourself. First visit, nice flying visit, nice volcano. Thank you very much for the flying visit, and also for saying my volcano is nice. I think it's nice too. Oh, did I miss another block? It might have just been dark. Oh, nope, that needs to be fixed. You should respect yourself enough to be able to take a compliment, I think. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's like the nice balance. Just be like, yep, I like me enough to know that when people like there's this funny meme that like every guy like got complimented by someone at one point, Like every like teenage guy has the same thing where like someone complimented them once, and it stuck with them. Like, and it's totally true. Like, whenever someone said anything nice about me when I was a teenager, I was like, you're making fun of me. I don't like this. It's made worse by the fact that like I actually did have like that like nightmare scenario. I think I still don't really know, of like a girl who like was like fake nice. I don't even know why it was like fake nice to me, and I was like, this is suspicious. What are you trying to get from this interaction? And being suspicious of other people and what they want from you, probably not the best way to make good things be going. Also, is this even a good trend? You know what? We're going with it anyway. Screw it. I accept compliments about my dog. Your dog is a very good boy, and I hope he knows that. I also always thought compliments were sarcasm, says Annex. CS. Your existence makes my life better by you being you, and I appreciate it. Thanks. See, that's cool. I think it's nice to make a difference somewhere. I think a lot of people like think way too big, and they're like, I need to be the most loved person in the planet. And I think a lot of YouTubers get trapped on that fame treadmill where it's like, I need more people to validate my and more and more and more, and then you like, you know, you know, like any drug trip, it's one that's you've only got so much you can take before you run out. Yeah, I think like fame is a genuine drug to some people. Being revered not because of things that you've done now, being famed because of things you've done in the past, is something people love. Because, you know, most of your friends like will tell a good story every now and then about what you did before, but like, you know, like you need to still be good to them then. But like internet people, oh yeah, you did something nice for them in 2000, or like yeah, watching your videos, and you did a cool one in 2017, and that's good enough for them, man, or something like that. Also, let's have a little. Oh, we can't do a little stab there. Also, why is this one block behind this block? Why don't I just move this whole wall forwards by one block? Just simple thing to do. Just there we go. Now it matches the other side. Is that good? I don't actually know. There we go. Slightly better. And now it actually matches in some way. Although that should be, I guess, a block of slab. There we go. Look at that. Perfect minor symmetry. Yeah, I think that looks better. We probably need to do this all the way to the top, though. Oh, we can't, because there's a... Damn it, there's a... Can I remove that one sign safely? Let's find out. Okay, let's be careful. We can. And we're all good. Nice. Okay, I like it in here. I need to remove the shulker boxes now. So I'm going to fill up the stone one. And then put my gravel away in here. And I need to use the space a little better, I'd say. But overall, nice. We made a flaming volcano with just too much room. We could just place chests in random corners of the room. We could place like a single block of grass. No, it's got to be something nethery. We can place a bunch of nether blocks over here, like some basalt in a corner. Oh, we could have some trees. Yeah, that might be fun. Let's get like a red tree and a blue tree for each corner. Have like a miniature tree farm in here. Even that seems a bit weird. Maybe just have a little chair of something. So, Kat, when is your birthday? Says Sean Feehan. July is my birthday. I will be 26. That's scary. That's when I've passed the midway point in my 20s. All of a sudden, I'm against rounding to the nearest decade. I'm like, actually, I think we should start rounding down always again. Okay. Guess I'm just not dealing with this. I kind of like what we have in there. It does feel like it's missing something, though. Yeah, that something's probably just a few things like this. Let's have some, like, crimson trees on the inside. Or some soul sand. Yeah, we'll have some of that stuff in there. You're still a baby. Oh, I bought a calendar yesterday. Today, I bought a calendar an hour before the live stream. I don't know how I thought that was yesterday. But I bought a calendar. And the idea of the calendar is it's going to show one tiny little box for every week of my 90-year life. So it's 52 boxes for 92 rows. That's a lot of boxes. And I'm going to shade one in every time a week is complete to remind me that, like, I am moving through life and there is a finite... And just, like, to make more important use of the time that exists. It's all too easy to think that time is, like, a resource you're fighting against, like you have too much time. Like, oh, time is, like, standing between me. Like, oh, yeah, I just want this... I would love to just skip forwards 2 months so the pandemic would be over, man. But it's like, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't... Like, it's lost time now, but you can turn that into something, potentially. Whereas if you skip forward, you'd lose that. Like, it's a nice idea. July. Ah, yes, all 31 days of July. Yeah, my birthday is literally July of 1995. I was born the entire month. Dude, that's going to backfire on you in, like, 15 to 20 years. No, I want to know when I hit the midway point in my life. So I can have... First of all, I need to have my midlife crisis, you know, at the correct time. You know, that's important. Like, let's not understate the importance of a well-timed midlife crisis. But I also think it's just important to feel like you are, you know, like, certain ways you can represent data, make that data do different things to you. My favorite example of this is you can be like 33% off, you know, like, one that came out this week. It's relevant for politics. So let's get our political brains going. Everyone loves this, am I right? I'm gonna grab like 3 crimson fungi, and some bone meal, and then some crimson nilium, I guess, and also put like most of this back. There we go. Something I'm gonna need more bone meal, I think. Poor orphan cow. You know, he's going to grow up stronger now. That little baby cow is going to be battle-hardened by the loss of its father. Really, I did a good thing by killing that baby cow. No. His father. Mother. You know what? Could be either. By the way, thank you so much. What time will the map be releasing? PST. PST, I think... Like, again, the way maps work in Minecraft is a mystery to be known. But it's releasing 5 PM in the UK, which should be about 10 AM Pacific Standard Time. Could be 9 AM Pacific. You know, it's morning if you're on the West Coast of America, evening if you're in the UK. So you can come along, eat it later. Exactly, you understand. You understand, cat. Never Oasis, that's looking like a lush cave, would be a nice looking inside the volcano. Oh, that is a cool idea. That is a cool idea. If you wait longer to have a midlife crisis, you'll live longer, says James JT Dud. You know, these are the genius ideas I need to hear. Thank you very much, man. That is a very good idea. By the way, if you I really love during the month of January, supporting these streams is one of the things that is very useful to me. To everyone who's I appreciate you beyond all amounts. And if you want to help, especially given that, like, I'm about to purchase a house, and which is one of the most terrifying purchases you can make, because you're locked into it for 30 years, and they need a certain amount from you every month, or they take that. You know, that's a scary thing, and months on YouTube can be crazy. So if you want to support the channel, help it have like a regular monthly income, regardless of advertisers, because obviously advertising is less during the month of January than in December, and less than every month of the year for reasons that I'd love to know sometime. But if you want to do that, have you considered becoming a member? We have 444 members on the channel right now, and I'd love to have 450. If you'd like to help me hit 450 members, and you're not a member, have you considered hitting that button? It'd be a great idea. It'd be a great idea. So, is Jan have bad rap from you? Yeah, the reason, I believe it's like, you know, like, who's buying things in January? Everyone's just, like, January is the saddest month of the year. Which is interesting to me that, like, because you'd assume the saddest month of the year would be the month where you could sell things to people the most. Apparently it does not actually work that way, though. That is what the advertising executives tell me. Also, please buy a houseplant for this, with this for your new place. I hate houseplants, but I will admit I need, like, one. I don't know, like, I get it's probably good for oxygen flow, and so I want one for that reason alone. But, like, just, like, why does house need plant? House no need plant. House have enough plant. House have many non-plant things. So house already be very good. Is that slightly better? Okay, yeah, we should be good from almost every angle now. Keyword almost there. Now let's fly up and let's place a few little mycelium blocks in there. It's not actually mycelium. Actually, you know what? For my next resource collection project is probably going to be mycelium. Also, thank you so much, Funcat2, for becoming a channel member. I missed your membership. I don't know why it didn't show up actually. Oh no, it is 444. I'm not crazy. I guess that included Funcat2, or maybe they never became a member. Maybe we all collectively imagined it. Who knows for sure? But yeah, we're gonna place now a little just over here, surrounded by this. We'll have a little plant. Can we even grow a tree there? I don't imagine we can. Only one way to find out though, and that's to waste a lot of bone meal on it. Oh, you can. Ooh, it goes a little bit too high. That's fine, as long as it's not erasing the lava. It can't erase existing blocks, right? Yeah, it doesn't erase existing blocks. Hey, Maple Uwan, thank you so much for becoming the 445th channel member. You are very appreciated as the newest. I hope you enjoy your big fish emoji as well. That's what I'm actually trying to say here. Using too many words to do it. But now you have big fish emoji. And that is Bedrock's best exclusive. That you now get to use anytime you want. All the time you want. Let's grow one of these, eh? Nice. Yeah, I think these kind of help with the corners being less empty feeling. It's going to create problems that I'm going to fall on them sometimes. Oh, look how, I didn't realize, look how adorably tiny this tree is. That is very adorable. Paying my taxes, says Maple Uwan. Hey, thank you so much. I now know you exist, Maple Uwan. And oh god. Oh no, it did remove some of the lava. It removed a lot of the lava. Oh god, we're gonna have to go remove. Well, we made a mistake. And now we're gonna pay dearly for that mistake. Can we place? No, we can't. I would live in this space. You know what? You could sell this space for a dumb amount if you tried hard enough. Oh yeah, that is really poking through. That is a real problem we've got on our hands right there. It's interesting that the other ones didn't, and this one somehow did anyway. I would love to understand that sometime. Now is not that time. But there, oh, and then we can go shroom lights. Perfect. I was just trying to get some of those. But I was wondering about Enderman XP grinders. Welcome, Bedrock. They have to work differently. I don't even know why. Honestly, I default to just asking Silent Whisper about all these weird questions. He's the man for differences between Bedrock and Java that don't need to be there for any reason, but just are anyway. That's a real flex. Build a cube of netherite blocks to match the endstone on Netherrack. Honestly, that takes more time than I think I have left in my life. I could be wrong on that. Hey, Joe P. Dot. Thank you for becoming a cheap chat. For becoming a new channel member. A cheap cat, precise. But like I was reading it out on the screen. Thank you for becoming the 446th channel member. Yeah, I need to go get some lava now, just to redo this. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. It's a good thing I happen to have some lava. But if I didn't, that would... So I'm going to leave these blocks here, because then I can place lava on the side of them easily. And then we'll grab this, I guess. And we'll just place the... Okay, break that. Oh god, no, it's going to... I have to replace the sign? How does that even work? How am I going to Okay, let's just check that everything's not on fire. It's not. Oh god, yeah, it removed a lot of signs, right? Am I crazy? Or do the signs coexist with the blocks that are around them? No, that definitely replaced the sign. That is very frustrating. I don't know how it even does that, honestly. We'll leave that be for now. We'll just kind of cover it on top. And oh god, they're catching on fire over. Oh yeah, we did not consider this properly. Oh god, everything is on fire, and I need to go get some more stuff. Ezra Staffinger, by the way, I want to talk about the GameStop thing, but do you have more American viewers or British? As you can tell by my name, I'm obviously American. Even though I'm British, there are more English-speaking YouTube viewers in America.
Do you have more American viewers or British? As you can tell by my name, I'm obviously American.
I can tell by your name. Actually, you know, the Stasavage gives me like Norwegian vibes, more than American vibes. But like I can tell from your dollars that you are American. That's what really gives you away. It's the currency. Oh god, where are we gonna put these? Okay, let's do this step at a time. First step is shroom lights. We're gonna put them somewhere useful. Second step is everything else. Also, it was good to see you, Julian Coy. But Funcat1, yeah, I know Funcat2 is you under a different name. It's very, you know, you might be one of the first people to have 2 channel memberships. I'll give you that. Also, the GameStop thing, I tried to explain it briefly the other day. There are better explanations than mine, but it's like, oh yeah, the people try to short a stock. Shorting a stock is where you borrow a stock now, and then you pay it back at some future time. But then imagine if that future time to pay back does come. Yeah, I think it's free stream lights around here. It really adds to the atmosphere. So I like that. Just a little shroom light every now and then. A little shroom light over here, above what should be the chest area. Just 2 shroom lights here. Yep, 2 shroom lights here, 2 shroom lights there. Little shroom light in the meanway. Nah, that's too much. We'll just take these shroom lights with me for now. Watching this and cleaning my disgusting space. Happy to be able to home you with my channel membership. Honors B446. Lol, have a good day. You can always have that number etched into your soul. Actually, it's more interesting than that because people unmember after a while, you might like I'd love for something I like is like something that is eternal. And like, but I guess you can be eternally the 446 as long as we keep going. That's the. Also, is this Desert Temple right? Something looks wrong about it all of a sudden. I think I definitely did something wrong there. Anyway, so I need to go get some lava blocks.
Tax time. Hope you're having a good
Hey,
weekend.
thank you, Mischievous. I have, in fact, had a good weekend. Actually, not. I had a kind of rough Saturday. Again, I have this video idea. It's going to take 32 hours to make. And I don't know what's wrong with me, because I've worked out how to do it in 16 hours. You can probably work it out what it is by doing the maths on that. And then because it's 16 hours, I don't want to start it, because I can't finish it the same day that I start it. And so I keep procrastinating the start, and then like 5 hours pass, and I'm like, would have been better to do literally anything. Other than do all, like, I don't know. I'm having a nightmare of a time. But, you know, aren't we all having a nightmare? If you really think about it. We're all really going through a collective little nightmare, aren't we? If you think intelligently and or don't think intelligently and think the exact opposite of that. Okay, so let's fly away. Let's be free. Let's go live another day. Are you thinking of making Java Survival Let's Play? Nah. I think having one Let's Play world, like having one on each platform just means that I care about one and don't care about others. Like even the idea of joining an SMP is like, I would either care about the SMP world or I would care about my own one. I think the fact that SMPs delete their world is like, it makes sense for viewers, but it seems like insanity on a thing. But yeah, thank you, Mischievous. I've had a great weekend. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm going to view a house tomorrow that I for the first time in forever, the house process is like, it's like happening in a way that is good, and I'm excited by the premise of that. Things are going good right now, I think. Yeah, for now. I guess let's put it that way. And I'm excited to see if they continue. Speaking of continuing, let's throw the shroom lights back in there. Should they be in there? I don't even know. Okay, so is this 8 inventory slots? I think this is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, perfect. So we're not going to throw any buckets of this in the lava. It's going to be great. There's going to be no lava pain here. I hope. Please no lava pain. Please no lava pain. Hey, Sarah E. Or Sarah E. It's good to see you, my friend, my my parasocial, not actually a friend from the other side of the internet. You know, are there any sides to the internet? That's a good question. Laying down those shroom lights like Bob Ross, says Christine Maynard. We're just gonna put a little shroom light over here, just because it makes me happy. That's my little. I've never watched Bob Ross, honestly. Maybe I should. Maybe that's what I really have got to do. I think the best compliment you can get for something is being so good at what you do that even people who care nothing about it want to watch you do that thing. Like, I feel like Top Gear did that for cars. I feel like Bob Ross did that for paintings. I feel like there are some gaming YouTubers who are so compelling that you'll watch them play like a new game because you're like, I just care about the person, you know? I feel like that's one of the greatest compliments you can get as a thing. Like, you are so good at the thing that you don't need to care about the thing to care about how good you do the thing at. Like, I love watching tag videos. It's fascinating to me. Also, also thank you, Sarah Eve, becoming, if I'm not mistaken, the 447th channel member. Also, why does this ladder lead to? Oh, it doesn't. It leads to a dead end. It doesn't. It's, whatever. You know, I'm not smart. Also, Gabrielle Aviso, have you watched WandaVision? I haven't watched WandaVision. Only because someone said that I should, and now I refuse to. You know, this sounds like a ridiculous premise, right? Like, oh yeah, you, like, not doing things because, but it's like, you know, I don't want to prove you right that the way to get me to watch a TV show is to tell me to do it, because it's not correct. I should have brought some signs, because there's going to be some serious No, actually, this is fine. The one's up here. I'm going to cause issues. It's the one down. It's the ones down there that are going to cause a type of hell I can't even begin to imagine. Hey, James JT Judd! Thank you so much for becoming the 448th? The 448th channel member. We are now just 2 members away from reach. Oh god, there's nothing stopping it there. Oh god, why is that? Oh, there is something stopping it there. Never mind, I'm dumb. But thank you so much for becoming the 448. We're just 2 away from the 450 goal. Would you like to do that? You know, whenever I hear that a show's like not good, I also don't watch it though, because I'm like, ah, that's a waste of my time. I need to hear that it's good for like, I need someone just to be like, oh, the show's pretty good in this one way. Like, it's not great overall, but like, it does this one aspect really well. Like, I watched this show. Everyone loves Black Mirror, right? It's one of the most popular shows on the internet. You can't reference it without being like, eh, Black Mirror. I watched this show. It's called Inside Number 9, and it's bad. The person who recommended it was like, yeah, there's like a few good episodes, but like even then, it's not particularly great. But if you run out of Black Mirror episode and you wish you had more, this is the show for you. And I was like, that is a premise I can get behind. Like, it's not great. It's sometimes good, and it's like this other thing that you like. Because you know, I used to think like knockoff versions of something were always like objectively worse, and then you realize like, oh no, sometimes when you run out of the main thing and like there's 3 episodes being made every 2 years, you're like, ah, actually, it's kind of good to have that. See, I like Inside Number 9, and I'm not watching WandaVision. The whole we're going to release a superhero thing every 6 months. We're going to insist it's important. And people will watch it and be like, I really love this bit where this superhero that I know because of the comics shows up, and everyone in the show knows that. It's like, you can't make a show that pre-assumes that you know every other character from another piece of media. I just like my bad political takes, my bad Disney takes here are not going to be popular. Oh god. Everything's fine. Everything is okay. Okay, so now we're just going to hop in real quick. Just jump inside the lava. And let's, wow, somehow these blocks went through the lava and they survived. And then I'm going to use these to tie, or not these precisely. Actually, you know, why don't I use these or something like this to like tie together these blocks? Or maybe we could use terracotta. It has to be something nevery. No, I'll use this. Seems like it makes as much sense as anything else. So a place like that there. Yeah, I like that. It seems like it has some order to it. The order doesn't make any sense, but it's there. And now we got a very chill space. I love floor space in anything that I make, and I'm glad we got some over here. I had a very good day today, and I hope that you have had a great day as well. Thank you to all of the people who decided to become members on the channel. Inside Number 9 is my favorite show, lol. Okay, now the thing about Inside Number 9 is it's not a bad show. It's a lot more hit and miss than Black Mirror is, where every episode's pretty good. I'd say Inside Number 9 goes like that a lot. And so you watch a whole episode and be like, oh, is there a deeper meaning? And then you look into it, it's like, no, it's just not a very good episode. And I kind of like that. I think sometimes we want everything to have this deep meaning. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, it exists. It's pretty good. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm looking forward to... Oh, no, wait, before we go. So Seed Sunday is going to be coming out in 12 minutes. We're going to do a premiere. And if you want to watch that live... I think a lot of people enjoy like following on from a live stream into a premiere. So if you want to see Seed Sunday live, it's the most exciting seed we found in a while. Casually falls into Volcano. I should that should be like a part of my like explanation for this whole thing. Yeah, I like that as like my little intro, like fall into the volcano. Oh, it seems as though there's a little base in here. Map in 2 days, beyond hyped. As of 30 minutes from now, it's not 2 days. It is just a couple of hours. Everyone talks about Black Mirror, but
everyone talks about Black Mirror, but never the show it was based on, aka The Twilight Zone. It's from the 60s, but it's still good in my eyes. It seems relatively obscure now.
I've tried watching The Twilight Zone, I just can't. Like, the production is kind of rough on the whole thing. Anyway, at least you're falling into love on purpose now. Thank you so much for watching today's live stream. I hope you had a wonderful day. And if it isn't wonderful, I hope it's at least not bad. And if it's not bad, then I hope it gets better. And if it's not getting better, then you know what? At least come and watch Seed Sunday live as it premieres. Because I'll see you in the next one.